What's up guys, my name is Ethan, and in this video I want to show you the best cashback cards for a simple and no annual fee setup that can put hundreds or even thousands of dollars back in your pocket. So I've put together a list of the best cards in all sorts of categories like groceries, travel, catch-all cards, and more to make it easy to decide which card is best for you. If all that sounds good, then please tap that like button and consider supporting the channel using the affiliate links in the description when you apply for credit cards. Jumping right in, the first credit card on this list is the best overall credit card that I could recommend to anyone for cashback, whether you're a beginner or more advanced. And for pretty much everyone, I think this is a great option. The card is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Like all the other cards on this list, it has no annual fee, and the earning categories are pretty solid. It earns an unlimited 1.5% back on everything, plus 3% on dining and drugstores. These earning categories make the Chase Freedom Unlimited one of the best catch-all credit cards. Catch-all credit cards are cards that earn rewards on all categories rather than being limited to a specific category. And this is an extremely important card in your wallet so that you're always earning cash back no matter what. Because of its 1.5% earning category, the Chase Freedom Unlimited is a great catch-all credit card. But those 3% categories of dining and drugstores also make it an even better catch-all card since that's an above average rate. The welcome bonus is also something you'll want to consider with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, since you're going to be able to earn $200 in cash back after spending just $500 on the card in the first 3 months of opening it. Welcome bonuses are extremely important and are a very underrated and overlooked feature of credit cards. As with all the cards on this list, the bonus will get you so much more cash back than you would earn on average, at least in the first year. And personally, I rate welcome bonuses very highly, and the Chase Freedom Unlimited bonus is quite easy to earn. To me, you can never go wrong with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is why it's my best overall pick for a cashback credit card. And it's especially good if down the road you want to pair it with some of Chase's very powerful travel credit cards. One other quick card that's worth mentioning, which is going to be especially good for beginners and those who are building credit, is the Chase Freedom Rise. This is very similar to the Chase Freedom Unlimited, since it earns an unlimited 1.5% back on everything. But this card is marketed to students and those who are building or rebuilding credit, and it's a great card to do just that. However, it doesn't come with a very good bonus, and often you're going to have a much lower credit limit. But that's par for the course, and at least you'll be earning some rewards, which is unfortunately quite a lot to ask for most credit builder cards. And that makes it a great pick for anybody trying to build credit and earn cash back. Next up on this list is the best rotating quarterly category card in my opinion, and it's going to be great for earning specialty rewards in certain categories. These types of cards earn higher than average rewards in specific categories that change each quarter. And my top pick is the Chase Freedom Flex. The Chase Freedom Flex earns 5% back on rotating quarterly categories up to $1,500 spent each quarter. This means that you're going to be able to earn up to $150 each quarter if you max out those spending categories. Categories in the past have included things like Amazon, Walmart, PayPal, home improvement stores, and in general, I found that the spending categories are pretty useful most of the time. Although to be fair, not every time. However, one other nice feature with the Freedom Flex is that you'll also earn 3% back on dining and drugstores and 1% on everything else. Plus, it comes with the same $200 bonus after spending $500 on the card in the first 3 months of opening. So just like the Freedom Unlimited, it has a very valuable bonus. And a lot of people even pair these two cards together so that they can earn 5% back on the quarterly categories and 1.5% back on everything else. Plus that way you get 2 bonuses. By the way, if you're looking to apply for any of the cards I mentioned in this video, you can apply using the links in the description, and that is a way to help support my channel for free. And I want to sincerely thank everyone who does use my links. It really does help support my channel. Moving on to the next card on this list, we have a card that's great for a big spending category for most people, which is food. And personally, I consider this card a must-have, and it just really might be one of the best cashback credit cards of all time. And the card is the Capital One Saver card. The Capital One Saver is a great card for food spending because it earns 3% back on grocery stores and dining. Plus it earns 3% on entertainment and popular streaming and 1% back on everything else. Earning 3% back on grocery stores is not very common at all, but especially for a card with no annual fee, this is a great way to earn a lot of money for any food spending you have. The Saver also comes with a great bonus of $200 in cash back after you spend $500 on the card in the first 3 months. Plus, another great feature to this card is that it comes with no foreign transaction fees, which means you won't pay any transaction fees when you're traveling outside of the country. I really think this is one of the best credit cards that you can get, and I did a full review on this card, and you can check it out here if you're interested. Now, moving on to the next card on this list, we have the best catch-all credit card for spending on all categories. I did mention earlier that I thought the Chase Freedom Unlimited is the best overall pick, but this card does earn more than the Freedom Unlimited on all categories, and the card is the Citi Double Cash. The Citi Double Cash is a very good card for earning 2% back on everything because you'll earn 1% back on all purchases, plus 1% back every time you pay. So effectively 2% back on everything. Unlike the Freedom Unlimited, there's not any other categories like dining or drugstores that you earn more on, but that 2% back can really add up, and it's a great catch-all card for that reason. It also comes with a $200 welcome bonus after you spend $1,500 on the card in the first 6 months. So the spending requirement is higher than most of the other cards on this list. However, you do have longer to reach that bonus. I do think that higher spending requirement is a bit of a downside if you consider the fact that you could earn 3 welcome bonuses for the same amount of spend that you would need to meet just the single bonus on the Citi Double Cash. And that's an opportunity cost that you should consider. However, the Citi Double Cash is an undeniably good card since you're going to earn 2% back on everything. The next card is another card I'd consider to be a must-have because it just has such great earning categories, and it fits in pretty much any setup you have, and it has no annual fee. It's a very flexible earning card on specialty categories, and the card is the Citi Custom Cash. The Citi Custom Cash earns a whopping 5% back on your top eligible spending category each billing cycle on up to $500 spent. That means each month, essentially, you'll earn 5% back up to $500. Or in other words, you can earn up to $25. But you do have to remember this is limited to just certain spending categories, which include things like restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, select travel, select transit, select streaming services, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, and live entertainment. That is a pretty long list, so it's not too hard to find somewhere where the Citi Custom Cash can earn you more cash back than you're earning otherwise. And that's why this I would consider is a must-have credit card. But just remember, you're only going to earn 5% back on one of those categories, whichever you spend the most amount on. And you'll only earn 1% back on everything else. The Custom Cash also comes with a $200 welcome bonus after spending $1,500 on the card in the first 6 months. Like the Citi Double Cash, you have some extra time to earn this, but the spending requirement is higher than most of the credit cards on this list. But overall, this is a really great card for any wallet. The next card on this list is another excellent catch-all credit card, but it comes with some benefits for those who want to travel. And the card is the Capital One Quicksilver. The Capital One Quicksilver earns an unlimited 1.5% back on all purchases, just like the Chase Freedom Unlimited. But it comes with some benefits towards travel since this card has no foreign transaction fees. This can actually be quite a big deal when you're traveling outside of the country because foreign transaction fees can cost you a lot of money when you're traveling. This is the main reason why I would consider getting this card, since there are other very similar cards that have more spending categories like the Chase Freedom Unlimited. And the main advantage the Quicksilver has is that it just has no foreign transaction fees. It also comes with a solid $200 cashback welcome bonus after spending just $500 on the card in the first 3 months. Plus, this is a good card that you could consider pairing with a card like the Capital One Saver card. But the main thing to remember with the Quicksilver is that it's good if you're traveling outside of the country. Otherwise, I'd probably recommend you go with the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Moving on, the next cashback card I'm going to recommend has an annual fee. However, with every card on this list not having an annual fee, this one might actually qualify if you pay for Disney+, Hulu, or ESPN. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. The card is the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. This card has some very high earning categories. This card earns 6% back on US supermarkets on up to $6,000 spent per year, plus 6% back on US streaming services, 3% back on transit, gas stations, and 1% back on everything else. However, the big drawback to the Blue Cash Preferred is that it comes with a $95 annual fee. In the first year, this annual fee is waived, so you won't pay anything in the first year, but every year after that, you paid $95. However, the reason this card might be one you could consider if you pay for Hulu, ESPN, or Disney Plus is that it comes with an $84 yearly Disney bundle credit. That means it comes pretty close to covering the annual fee completely just with the credit, and in that first year, you won't be paying an annual fee, so you'll be getting that credit for free. The way this credit is broken down is into a monthly $7 credit, and you'll need to spend at least $9.99 on a Disney bundle plan. So look at the terms and make sure any of your streaming already qualifies for this. But if it does, this card might make a lot of sense since it earns so much on those special categories. On top of that, it does come with a $250 welcome bonus after spending $3,000 on the card in the first 6 months. I know this video is focused on no annual fee cards, but I just wanted to make that special recommendation if you're one of the millions of people who pay for a Disney streaming service. Moving on, my next pick is going to be the best credit card for any spending on Amazon, and you're going to need an Amazon Prime membership in order to qualify for this card. But if you have it, it's going to be very rewarding. The card is the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa Signature Card. This card earns a very nice unlimited 5% back on any Amazon spending, plus a bunch of other spending categories, like 5% back on Amazon Fresh and Whole Foods, 2% back on gas stations, restaurants, and local transit and commuting, and 1% back on everything else. There's no annual fee on the Amazon Prime Rewards Visa Signature Card. However, in order to get the card, you will need an Amazon Prime membership. And in a way, that does act as an annual fee. But if you're one of the millions of Americans who do have it, then it's going to be a great card for any of your Amazon spending. The welcome offer on this card is going to be lower than average compared to all the other cards on this list, but you will instantly get a $100 Amazon gift card when you get approved for this card. That means there's no spend requirement. So I definitely consider this card if you have a lot of spending on Amazon. Now, for the last card on this list, you might not think this applies to you since it's a business card, but you'd actually be surprised just how many people qualify for this card that don't think they do through a special way to apply for the card. If you have a side hustle or business, you can easily qualify, but that includes things like if you've ever sold something on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, or you're writing a book, blog, podcast, or starting a YouTube channel, or you babysit, mow lawns, cut hair, or literally any money that comes into your pocket outside of a regular 9-to-5 job, you can qualify for this card, and it's highly rewarding if you do. The card is the Chase Ink Business Unlimited. This card is a great catch-all credit card since it earns 1.5% back on everything and it has no annual fee. But where the card really shines is it comes with a huge welcome bonus of $750 in cash back after you spend $6,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. This is definitely a higher spending requirement, but if you can meet it, it's an excellent bonus for no annual fee. And there are other great Chase Ink business cards that have a similar bonus, like the Chase Ink Business Cash Card. The way you can get approved for a card like this is to apply as a sole proprietorship. This does not require you to set up a formal business entity like an LLC or a corporation, and it's an easy way for people doing things like side hustles, selling things on Facebook or eBay to apply using a sole proprietorship. Most people have some sort of activity that they're doing that can qualify as a sole proprietorship, and I think that means this card is hugely underrated since many people can qualify. And with that bonus being so good, I think it's a card worth getting if you can qualify, and I would go out of my way to try and get this card if I could. If you want to learn more about the Chase Ink business cards, I did do a full review and I'll link to that in this video. Let me know your thoughts on this list and if there are any other cards that you would add. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.